Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to another video from TW White & Sons. Here we have a Mazda CX-3. This is the 2-litre Sportnav Plus. This is a petrol car with automatic transmission. This is presented in machine grey, and this has got the stone leather interior. This car also has safety pack, which I'll come to in more detail when we get in the car. Now, as with all our videos, I always like to give a little bit of background on the cars, because fortunately enough, about 80% of our vehicles are have been sold by ourselves, taken in part exchange. There's been a little bit of background, and I think it's a bit of useful information. So we sold this car to a long-standing customer of ours. I think this is her third vehicle. She popped in about a month ago, just before Christmas, and her circumstances are changing. She's moving. She wanted an electric vehicle, so she picked up her electric Mazda MX-30 this morning, part exchanged this car here, which she's been very, very happy with, and she always gets a very high spec of vehicle. This has got, as I say, a couple of extras on it, which I'll go through in more detail. So she's always serviced it with us. I believe it's due a service this month, which we'll do prior to the new owner taking the car. And these are quite rare in automatic and in this spec. So let's take you around the car now. Hopefully you can appreciate the condition. We're always excited when the previous owner part exchanged their cars, because she does look after them. I think I'd safely say she's into her cars. Now, looking round the car, we've given it a quick clean. It's in very good condition, and my valeter was very happy because it didn't take him a long time to get it up to this standard. I think there might be a graze on a wheel, which I shall have done, which I can't even see now. But we'll go around the car and give it a bit more of a detail a little bit later on, back in the week. But yes, we'll go in the workshop. It'll have its second service, I believe, and I've got the service record in the car, which I shall share with you. So before we get in the car, let's go around the back. Now, I have taken lots of photos of this vehicle, so please do study them. Now, CX3s don't want to be down on the model. They're not known to have a huge boot, but it is a practical boot. I have a GTB3 son, and you know, with a boot like this, you could put a pram in there and all the bits and pieces. So I think it is child friendly, and you've got the ISOFIX anchorages on the two outer rear seats. If you have one of those ISOFIX child seats, and of course if you don't have an ISOFIX child seat, you don't have to use ISOFIX. I don't have one myself. Now you've got a space for a spare wheel. That there is a part of the BOSE stereo, because this is being the Sport, you have a BOSE stereo. Doesn't mean you're going to sort of drive down the road like these people do, and you know the windows are shaking, etc. It just adds to the quality. It's very nice, balanced sound. And if you needed a spare wheel, there is place for a spare wheel in there. Like the majority of cars these days, they don't come with spares, but most can be bought as an accessory. Now you've got this like cavity floor here, okay, so you can take this out. This comes out, and then you get a bit more space. And seats fold down, and you can take this parcel shelf out if you need more room. You've got parking sensors and a camera. There's the camera there, it's a colour camera. And you've got parking sensors at the rear and at the front of this vehicle. Now, the earlier cars didn't have parking sensors at the front, so I think that was a really good thing that they did on this upgraded model, because this is the Plus model, and it's also got a electric handbrake, so it's sort of the last of the CX3s, which I always think it's nice to get one of the last of the models before they discontinue them, because they tend to put lots of bits and pieces on. Now, the CX3, although it's been discontinued, it wasn't meant to be discontinued, but with COVID and the semiconductor shortages, it was actually meant to run alongside the CX30. People actually missed the CX3. We got a lot of people asking for CX3. So it wasn't like, oh, it's an old obsolete model. It's just with the other constraints in mind, they have stopped production. I'm hoping they'll start again. Now, look at these seats. They're lovely. I love these seats. They're not hard work to keep clean. A lot of people think they will. They're really not. And the great thing about these seats, if they are dirty, you can see the dirt, so you can wipe it off. and I use just like wipes. In fact, baby wipes work really, really well. Look, headlining's all fantastic. Still got like the stickers here from when my valiser hadn't taken them off, but we leave them on. I don't know. It's, there is even some more protective plastic bits on the front, which I'll show you in a minute. So the car is in really, really lovely condition. Got this lovely suede door cards. Now, as standard, these come with a leatherette interior, which is fine, but it's not like this. This is lovely. You've got height adjustable passenger seat, electric height adjustable driver's seat, the heated seats, this lovely suede insert here. Okay, so this is not your normal CX3, so we're really excited about having this car. Right, let's go round. It's got LED lights, so they're super effective as well. You've got keyless entry, so you don't have to take the key out. You just press this button when the key's on your person. It will detect you've got the key, and that allow you to open the car. Electric windows, mirrors, auto folding wing mirrors will fold in when you lock the car. You've got electric seat, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 way with lumbar. And you've got settings there, so for 2 drivers. And you can set each key to your seat setting. So when you approach the car, if you do open the car or open the car from the door, like I explained earlier, the seat will move into your position, which is really, really cool. I like that. I like the sort of gadgets that these things have. So there you are. Now, I'm going to start the car. So foot on the brake. This lights up green. Press the button and it will fire into life. First thing you notice, well, I notice, this flap comes up. This is your heads-up display, which will display your speed. Now, it's not flashing, it's just the resolution of my camera. It will have the speed, basic sat-nav function, warnings will come up. So if you imagine you're looking ahead rather than down, yeah, that split second, you know, that could be, you know, all that will reduce the risk of any sort of hazard, okay, or collision, etc. That's adjustable via this. I'll show you in a minute. Now, let me show you here. This car's done 14,227 miles. Let me share this with you. So the PDI was done in March 19. Is that PDI? Yeah. Okay, and we actually sold it to Sandra, previous customer, I won't listen to their name, in March 2020. So I believe this was our showroom car. Yeah, being the top spec car. So we had it in our showroom. So she picked it up in March 2020, had it serviced in March 2021 by ourselves at 5,000. Hang on, this doesn't work out. March 2023. Oh my God, look at this. So the first service at 5209 miles, so that's March 2020. And then the second service at 5339 miles. I'd imagine that was COVID. Yeah, I think I remember her saying it. She's only done like 100 miles. And it is literally 130 miles between servicing. So we shall service the car, okay? It was registered in March 19, all right? So it is due a service in March, so we shall do that. Look at that. So obviously people working from home, we've had a lot of that recently. But there you go. And then from March, she's obviously made up for lost time, and she's done now 14,227 miles. So there you are. There's the mileage. There's the service history. Okay. You've got this lovely steering wheel, and it is heated. Use that all year round. I think it's fantastic. You've got trip computer, average speed, MPG, range, etc. You've got this big rev counter here and a digital speedometer, okay, which is super good. And you've got the speed up here as well. You've got automatic wipers, automatic lights, cruise control, volume control. You can answer your phone here. You've got traction control, so it helps keep you on the road as safely as possible. You can turn the parking sensors off here, which are front and rear. You've got tyre pressure monitoring that will alert you if any of your tyres have gone down by 4 psi or more, which is great because 4 psi may not look flat, may not feel any different. However, it will affect fuel consumption, braking, general efficiency and safety of the vehicle. And you've got an intelligent engine start-stop, which will turn the engine off in traffic. Well, not in traffic, but it'll turn the engine off when stationary, so more likely to be in traffic, to ultimately be more less harmful to the environment and also less harmful to your bank balance because it will save you money. All right, so that's that there. I'll go through some of them in a little bit more detail in a minute. You've got climate control, which is superb. The heater works brilliantly. 3-stage heated seats. You've got USBs here. They're for data and for charging. You've got the SD card for the sat nav. You've got a 12-volt socket here, formerly known as a cigarette lighter. There's no ashtray in this car. You've got this multimedia commander, which will operate this here. Now, this is touchscreen, but once you start moving, so only when stationary, this will be a touchscreen like so. But you can operate it from here. Not that I'm promoting you distract yourself whilst driving, but it is a lot safer using this, and it will become second nature to you. You've got 6-speed gearbox, and I remember I said about the packaging. Look at this. You've still got the, I'm going to leave this on here. I hope my valeter doesn't take it off, but you still got a bit of the original. A lot of our customers, they don't like taking this off. They take it off themselves, I think, when it gets untidy. You've got a 6-speed gearbox, and this is a proper automatic gearbox. Now, when I say that, I mean it's not dual clutch, it's not CVT, it's proper. I know that might sound a bit it's traditional, let's say. It's traditional, but it's 6-speed, so it's super efficient. Okay, it changes gears really quickly, but it won't lurch, it won't roll back on hills, and it's seamless. So that's what I mean as proper or traditional. Let's say traditional. Okay, so let's run you through this here. Applications. Now you've got fuel economy monitor, vehicle status monitor. Now there's a little hazard triangle there. Reason being is because it's cold, and it will tell you it's cold. Okay, which is great because sometimes you wouldn't know. You know, you can have a change in temperature, then you can take more caution when driving. You've got a maintenance indicator. Okay, now on this page here, you can actually upgrade this car to have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. All right, which is something that's becoming very popular, something that's standard on our new cars, and it means you can mirror your apps on your phone, not all your apps, but compatible apps on your phone to this screen here. Okay, you've got music. Now you've got DAB, so you're future-proofed, because I know a lot of FM channels are getting switched off, and you've got there's something on here for anyone, I'd say. If whatever you're interested in, music or, you know, discussions, there's something here. It's fantastic. And you've got, you know, you can listen, if you're a sporty person, you can listen to Talk Sport with clarity rather than that AM crackle. And you can also sorry, I went ahead of myself there. You can also go to these are sort of apps that work for your data. Never use them. Bluetooth, so you can stream. I often stream YouTube because I like listening to documentaries and podcasts. And you've got USB 1.2, so you can read the data from there. Communication. Once your phone is paired up, you can access your call lists, your phone book. If you've got an Android phone, it will alert you and read your text messages to you. Okay, navigation. It's got a great navigation system. Find address, put your postcode in, and off you go. If you need to find a point of interest, now normally I need to find a petrol station, because whenever I'm collecting vehicles as part of my job, they've never got any fuel in them. So I look for a petrol station. It'll tell you the direction and the distance. You can set up a Wi-Fi hotspot from your phone, so your car is in effect connected to the internet. You'll also get fuel prices and live traffic updates, and it uses a minuscule amount of data. So nav we've covered. Now to the settings. AED display, remember I mentioned that earlier, you can adjust it here, so please don't manually adjust this because you could break it. Then you can change the brightness, etc, etc, or turn it off completely. Display settings, you can turn this off, display the clock, brightness, contrast, etc. Safety. Now this car has got the safety pack, so as well as the stone leather interior, which I think was about £1,000 option from memory, with the electric seat, memory seat, heated seats. You've got the safety pack, which has got blind spot monitoring system. So in each wing mirror, either side, if someone was to overtake you, they will light up. There's a little grey area there. They will light up just to warn you. Look, someone's coming from the inside or the outside, so just please don't pull out. You've got lane departure warning system. So if you were to veer out of a lane without indicating, it will warn you by a bleep or a rumble. Okay, and you can adjust the sensitivity. Traffic sign recognition system. Driver attention alert. It will come up on there. Take a break. Honestly, you'll think to yourself, oh, I'm a bit tired. There's a camera in here somewhere that monitors your facial expressions and will know when you're tired. It's quite spooky. So you've got those safety features there, which are amazing. You've also got high beam control, so you put your high beam on, and the car will dip the lights when there's oncoming traffic. It's fantastic. Smart city braking, it will apply the brakes when you're doing under 20 miles an hour if you get too close to the car in front. So if you're like, you're looking out the window and it's a hot summer's day and you're sort of dozing off, when it stop start when there's an accident, it will apply the brakes to prevent any further accidents. Great thing about that, it's recognised by insurance companies, so it should reflect in your insurance premium. Maybe that's a point to argue with them. Lighting. You've got adaptive LED lights, so they turn as you turn. Now, the best way I can explain this to you is if you're driving down a country lane, you'll be able to see more at night than you will in the day. Well, I certainly can anyway. You've got coming home lights, leaving home lights. The lights will stay on when you come home for 30 seconds when it's dark to give you safe passage to your front door, and when leaving home. So it's got some lovely settings there. Okay, all useful stuff, safety stuff. It's all great. It's all really great stuff. Okay. You've got flappy paddles if you want to make the drive a little bit more exhilarating. I myself am a bit of a lazy driver. I put it into drive and off I go. But you can drive it manually here as well, and you do have sport and normal mode. All right. So hopefully I've covered all the important things on this car. But if there's any further photographs, videos you would like of this vehicle, please do not hesitate to ask. Nothing is too much bother. The car will be serviced. It will carry a 12-month Mazda ZZ Plus official used car warranty. Extremely comprehensive. Not one of these silly warranties that have a £250 claim limit, which you really just can't claim anything on. The claim limit is the value of the car. It'll also have roadside assistance that runs parallel to this, and this isn't a bare bones roadside assistance. This will be comprehensive. It will cover you in Europe. It will cover the car, so anyone in the car will be covered. I don't know, if you break down in the middle of the night and you need a hotel, etc. This all should be covered. Okay, so it's a comprehensive package, home start, and it covers you in Europe. Now, part exchange is extremely welcome. I know every time you turn the TV, radio on, you hear about a certain person and he's telling you that you can get your car valuation in a certain amount of time and you'll get a better deal, etc., etc., or you could get a better deal. You will get the best deal with the part exchange. We welcome part exchange. Please do have a look at our website. You'll see that as a part of our used car offering, we do have quite an extensive non-franchise used car offering, so do try us. We've got great finance facilities, we've got facilities to extend the warranty, and please do try us at any time of day. We appreciate the fact that a lot of people, certainly myself, would be looking at cars outside normal working hours, so you can call us out of working hours. You might catch us, but leave a voicemail, we do pick them up, or failing that, send an email. Okay, so thanks for watching the video. I hope it's been informative, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Bye bye.